What is going on, guys? Today we've got a bit of a different video for you. So we're going to do a bit of Q&A, but before I get into that, I would just like to show you here. We've got 272 subscribers, so we're getting close to 300, and that'll just get us closer and closer, obviously, to the 1,000, which I aim to hit by the middle of the year. So let's get into this video. I've got a few questions. I've got some on my YouTube comments, got some on my Instagram, got some on my Facebook inbox. So we're starting to get a few more questions now, so I'm able to do a Q&A video. So let's get into it and we'll answer these questions. Hopefully it'll shed some more light on some questions if you guys had them as well. But we'll get into it now, and we'll try and help everyone out as much as we can. So let's go. We're going to get into the first question here. Now this was left by Vin, and this was on one of my YouTube videos. So he's got a series of questions here. I think it's going to be better if I answer them all in one instead of just doing 3 separate YouTube videos. I've got a few other questions after this as well, so I think it's going to be better to just pack in as much content as we can, give a bit of value to you guys. We can answer these questions as we go, and we're going to answer them all together in one video. So Vin here basically says, excellent video, thank you. I've watched many videos, but this is the one given the clear understanding of setting up the account if you're outside USA. Could you please continue on the video series with the following topics if you have time? So his first question is finding a seller, which I think he means finding a supplier. So finding a supplier and how to arrange shipment. Do we need customs clearance, or what's the workflow from seller to Amazon storage? So when it comes to finding a supplier, I go through one website and one website only because this is what I'm comfortable with, and this is Alibaba. So Alibaba is basically, most of them are Chinese suppliers. Basically make an account, it's free, and you can search for what products you want. So let's just say, for instance, you're selling a yoga mat. Now I wouldn't recommend this because they're definitely way too competitive, to take it from my experience. So yoga mat. So let's just say you wanted to sell a yoga mat on your Amazon. You go through, and you basically see which ones you want. You see what price you want. Now I would go and have a look at a few different suppliers and just go through in terms of pricing and in terms of quality and colors and things like that, and you just basically narrow down what you want. I would definitely get in contact with about 3 or 4 different suppliers just so you can get a rough estimation of pricing. So I wouldn't just go through one. And another tip as well is, what I want you to do here is, when you are looking for your product, you want to click Trade Assurance and you want to click Gold Supplier. Now Trade Assurance is very similar to PayPal, but it's just Alibaba's version of that, and that's just basically, so just say if it hasn't happened to myself or anyone that I know of, but that's just basically, so let's just say you spend $1,000 on your first order, and the supplier that you go through tries to scam you. If you've paid through Trade Assurance, you can just get in contact with Alibaba, tell them what's happened, say they've tried to scam you, they haven't shipped your product, or they haven't actually made it and you've already paid them. You can actually get your money back instantaneously, so it's very easy. And then when it comes to a gold supplier, that's just basically how many years they've been a trusted supplier. Now, the more years that they've been a gold supplier, the better. So this one's got 6 years, so they're good. 9 years, which is even better. 4 years is good. Even the 1 and 2 years is good. But I'll definitely only go through the suppliers that have the trade assurance and the suppliers that are gold suppliers as well. So let's just say we found a product here. It's $4 to $10.80 a piece, depending on if you want to do your logo and your UPC code, which is your barcode on there as well. So let's just say you like the look of that one and you want to ask them for a quote, which you always want to ask for a quote. Don't just order it, you always want to ask first. So hit contact supplier. Now I've already done up a demo template here, and it'll bring you to this page, and you just basically ask them for what you want. And when it comes to your quantity, I'd say minimum about 300. So 100 pieces is their minimum order. So once you click on contact supplier, it'll bring you to this page. Now you can change this to 300 if you want. Now I've done up a demo template here, which basically everything you need to know with a supplier. And like I said, you should ask this to at least 3 or 4 suppliers so you can get your price, so you can price around and basically narrow down what you actually want, and try and negotiate and get the best price you can for the best quality product. So I've just said here, hi, my name is Jack. I run an e-commerce business on Amazon and would like to add your yoga mat to our product page. So can you please quote me for the following? Our quantity 100. Like I said, usually do 300, but I'm just doing this for a demo. Logo and UPC code printed on the packaging, and UPC code is the barcode. Now shipping air and sea, so the pricing on shipping by air or by sea to the Amazon US warehouse. Now when it comes to air shipping and sea shipping, just a bit of information for what I've learned. Air shipping is quicker and it's safer. Sea shipping costs way less, but you could get stuck up in customs. So with Vin's question, when it comes to getting stuck up in customs, really depends on what product you're selling. I definitely wouldn't recommend selling something that's like biodegradable, or something that's got chemicals or anything like that in it, or any toxins or anything like that, tablets or liquids or things like that, because that's going to be held up in customs, especially when shipping by sea. Even when it comes to products like this, if you're shipping by sea, you might need a freight forwarder, so you need someone to get it from the docks, and they need someone to put it to the Amazon warehouse from there once it gets to land. But when you're shipping by air, you can just basically ship it straight from there to the Amazon warehouse, and there's very little drama when it comes to shipping it by air. So that's for shipment. And then I just said product and production time, so just to give you an estimated time on those two, just so you can start planning it all. So that's basically your email template. And once you're happy with your email, you say send inquiry now. They usually get back to you within 24 hours. Like I said, send this to multiple suppliers, so you can get you can start pricing around, and you can start getting all the information you need. So the second part of Vin's question says, what's the workflow from seller to Amazon storage? So when it comes to the workflow, it's just basically asking how it gets to the Amazon warehouse. So let's just say you've chosen your product. Now let's just say, cool, I want to go for that one. It's going to be $1,500 all up, so they can put my logo and put my UPC code on the packaging, and you can get it all through to Amazon for $1,500, including shipping. So let's just say you bought it through here, start the order, or they'll give you a quote, and they're going to ask you where they want it shipped to, and they're just basically going to ask you a few more details, which I'll answer in Vin's questions a bit later on. But let's say it's ready to go, and they want to ship it off. So what you do, I can't teach this all in one video here, but you basically create a shipping plan through your Amazon seller account, and you're basically getting it ready for the product to be shipped from China into the Amazon warehouse. So once you make your shipping plan through the Amazon seller account, they're going to give you the shipping labels you need, and they're going to give you the address you need to send to your supplier. Once they send that to you, you send off the shipping labels to your supplier, and you give them the address as well. And then from there, just say you ship it by air, it's going to be shipped straight to the Amazon warehouse, and that's it. It's going to take usually about 10 to 15 days to ship it, and it's going to take another 3 to 5 to be live on Amazon, and that is pretty much it. So when it comes to shipping it to the Amazon warehouse, the workflow is very, very simple. Now, Vin's second question, it said, should we form a business, or is it risky to do as a sole trader or individual? Now, when it comes to sole trader / individual when selling on Amazon, I think it is a must. It's definitely not risky at all. Now, when you go through your Amazon seller account, when you're setting it up, it'll ask you if you're doing it as a sole trader, or if you're selling your products through a business. Now, there is other legal terms when it comes to selling your products through a business, because it comes with it comes with profit and all these other different variables, which make it a lot harder. So there's definitely no risk involved when it comes to working as a sole trader. I think it's the only way to go, because that's how you make your logo and your brand as a sole trader, and it's definitely zero risk involved from my personal experience. So his third question here says, what's all about UPC barcodes and preparing packaging, logos, and how do we send it to suppliers? So there's going to be 2 parts to this question. The first one is UPC codes. So, that is Spotify. So I go through, again, one website when it comes to barcodes, and that's Barcodes Mania. So basically, let's just go to the homepage here. So Barcodes Mania is just basically where you buy barcodes online. It's a US website. So let's just say what I do for all my products is I buy one barcode. So $4.99, so it's about, let's say $5-6. It's about $6.50 for Australian dollars. So you click into it, and you just want to buy one barcode. You usually don't even need to make an account. You just pay through it through your credit card or through PayPal, and they email it to you. You give them your email, and they just basically send you a PDF file, and they send you like a certificate of authentication. So it is a legitimate barcode. It's not just some real black market way of trying to buy a barcode. It's all legitimate, and they make barcodes specifically for most people who want to sell their products online, because every product you sell needs a barcode on Amazon. And let's just say you've got two different colors for your product, you're going to need 2 different barcodes. If they're different products, you're going to need a barcode for each. So you buy this, and they send it through to your email, and you send off that PDF file or that JPEG file to your supplier so they can print it on the box for you. So preparing your packaging, I just spoke about that in the last one. Your supplier does all that for you. Now they do that with the UPC code and with the logo. Now when it comes to the logo, I go through another website called Fiverr, and basically what I do through here is I search for what I want. So let's just say it's your first product and you got to make a logo for your brand. So what I do is I'll type in what I want. So what I searched for was Amazon brand logo. And then once you search for that, you've got people who tell you what they do. They've got a rating, so I will design your logo and brand identity. I'll animate your brand logo. So we're just looking for something simple. And so let's just say you like the look of this person. $45 starting out. I usually pay around $50, $60 it comes to. And you basically just want to choose the basic plan. So it says 7 days delivery, 1 revision. Now I look around for people who do unlimited revisions because they've usually got the same price for unlimited revisions. If they're rated highly, just go through them. But basically what you have to do is you have to order and you have to pay first, and then you can type in what you want. So let's just say I like the look of this person. You place the order, $45, and then you write to them saying, hey, I run an Amazon e-commerce business. So let's just say for the yoga mat, you've got a fitness brand called Fitness Geeks or something like that. Let's just say that's your brand name. You just tell them what your brand name is, you tell them what you want it to look like, and then they just basically, so this is 7 days delivery. There's people who usually do it in 24 to 48 hours, so look for that as well. But you tell them what you want, and they'll make it up for you, and then they'll send it to you. If you don't like it, you can revise it. That's why it's got 1 revision here, and then you can just tell them what you want to change. So basically once you've paid for it and you've told them what you want, that's your work done. And then once they make something that you like, then you can just basically say complete order. They'll send you the file, and then you do the exact same thing with that. You send it off to your supplier, and then they can post it on your packaging and whatnot for you. Okay, so we got a second question by Can, and he's one of my friends that I've met on Steam, but he's been following my journey through Instagram, through YouTube, and he's asking me a question here, which is really good. And he asks, how much would it cost for me to start selling with the new course? So that's talking about Dan's course, which I've been linking through my videos. It's the one that I definitely I will always be promoting because I believe in it personally. So when it comes to the cost of the course and the cost of your first product, your first order, with all expenses all together, I'd say about $1,500 to get started. If you're on the safe side, I'd say about $2,000 all up for your first initial investment to get started. That'll get all your, say 300 units in, you get it shipped to Amazon, and then you've got the most valuable part, which is the course on Amazon, which is done by Dan, which I'll link down below. Which gets you started, and that is definitely the best way to learn. You're going to be able to learn way more than watching any free YouTube videos, in my opinion. Is by Jack Ferrugia, which is one of my personal friends who I went to school with, and he asked, hey dude, just a question about Amazon. Do you buy then ship to FBA centers in the States or here in Oz? So at the moment, I buy from the suppliers in China and I ship it to the fulfillment centers in the US because I'm on the US marketplace. Now, because Amazon Australia has just opened up and they're ready for FBA, which is Fulfillment by Amazon, you can actually set up your Amazon seller account on the Australian page, which you can Google that for. And that's the Australian seller account page, and you can make a new account there, and you can actually ship it, instead of shipping it from China to the US fulfillment center, you can send it to the Australian fulfillment center, which I think is in Sydney. I can't remember. But yes, at the moment, to answer that question, I send it to the US marketplace, but hopefully in the future it will be to the Australian marketplace in the fulfillment center as well. Alright, so my next question is by Tim Maitland. Now, he's an old workmate. If you're watching this, Tim, hope you're doing well, man. Now, he was studying to be a chiropractor, and he's finished his studying as of, I think, about a year ago now, so I hope he's enjoying that. Now, he asked me a question which says, what if I did shipping and everything myself within Australia? So let's just say you want to do Amazon in Australia. You get it shipped to the Amazon fulfillment center. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. So one's called FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, and one is FBM, which is fulfillment by merchant. So if you want to fulfill all the orders yourself and you want to get the shipping out but you want to still do it through Amazon, you can do FBM, which is fulfillment by merchant. Now, I haven't really dabbled in this myself. I don't know a whole lot about it, but basically from what I've heard, a lot of people who in the early days started doing FBM because they weren't sure about FBA. Now, the costs ended up being way too high for them because they had to basically package it themselves. They had to put the barcode on it. They had to send out the orders themselves, and they had to do it, through Ozpost and through Toll and all these different kinds of people. So it ended up just costing way too much, and ended up just being way too much work for them, because if you're looking to get, say, $5,000 a month, you're selling at least 10 units a day. That's 10 times a day. You're gonna have to pack it, you're gonna have to send it, you're gonna have to spend one day of the week going to the post office or something like that, trying to fulfill all these orders. So when it's fulfillment by merchant, it's definitely not the way to go, in my opinion. Alright, we got one last question by Zach. He's another workmate, and hope he's doing well. I think he's moved to, it's either Brisbane or Melbourne, I can't remember, but I hope you're doing well, man, as well. And he asked, yo, how's that entrepreneur life? And I answered him back already, but just for you guys, now it is a grind. I'm not financially free just yet. I'm still working towards it. I still, I love the grind. I love, working towards something new every day. It is exciting for me. So, thanks for that question. It's fun to get questions like this, and just, it helps you really refocus sometimes, because, people are relating you back to the whole entrepreneur side of things, which I'm trying to represent myself as. So, thanks for the question, Zach. Entrepreneur life is going well. Like I said, it's a grind, but I will definitely get there. And that's it, guys. That is our last question for the day. Now, if you have any questions, definitely leave them through on my Facebook. I'll link that. You can add me on there and ask me some questions. Send it to me on Instagram, or comment on this video, or I'll even leave my Snapchat. I'll leave all the links down there, and we'll do another Q&A video if we get enough questions. I really like doing Q&A videos with you guys. So if you have any questions, definitely hit me up. I'm more than happy to help. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video, but that is it for now, guys. I have another big announcement to make tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night, depending on where you live, and I will see you guys in the next one. Enjoy, guys.